How we doing, folks? Your boy Marcos over here kicking over a little Wasteland Wednesday, man. I can't believe what I be dabbling these days. Literally on my desk right now, and I shouldn't be going too much. We got a lot to cover today, but on my desk right now, I got myself blue Gatorade, my computer, some pens, some papers, a little script action right here, a little paper action, and I also got myself a pink Chuck Taylor, a pink suspender, and a pink bow tie for this wedding I gotta go to. It is a very eclectic table here today. I also got a mouse, man. I got a mouse for my computer, son. Mouse is off real, son. Like, the mouse is a legit product. All right, so basically the goal here that I want to do is from here on forward every week, we're going to do a preview, some sort of aspect of Advanced Warfare. So we're going to talk a little Advanced Warfare here, and I was worried that the propeller thing was going to kill me over there. One sort of nugget, one sort of aspect of it. Today what I want to go into, some of them will be more important than others, some will be minuscule, but today I want to go into the park system. That's what we want to talk about. That's that life we're about, the parks. Let's talk about them. All right, so here's the perks that were announced that are going to be in the game. Break them down by tiers. So tier 1, and obviously you could use the wild card to put 2 of each and whatnot. Tier 1, we got lightweight. I'm going to give you the descriptions that they gave you, man. Increased movement speed. I'm not too sure how big lightweight's going to be in this game. I imagine it's going to have a similar effect to how it always has. But you think with the boosting and the boost dashing and all that kind of stuff, it might not be as important. I'm thinking maybe you'd even maybe extend your boost, make your boost a little bit quicker. It should be very interesting to see how that exactly works when incorporating the boost dash and whatnot. Low profile. Invisible UAVs and tracking rounds. So it's kind of like your Ghost equivalent over here. We could hopefully assume that this is only when you're moving, maybe, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel, especially with the jetpacks and stuff like that, this is a perk that I think allows you, we'll go to it later, that allows you to remove yourself from the radar. But I think this game's going to be loud. We got UAVs back. There's going to be people shooting all the time. There's going to be all this other stuff. There's going to be these weapons, these laser weapon things. I think the UAV is going to be back. The radar is going to be back, gentlemen. We got danger close, increased explosive and score streak damage. We've had this before, but I don't really remember having it in the score streak damage. It should be interesting. You could imagine a Lodestar with even more damage to it. That almost seems like a little bit unfair kind of deal. I can't imagine it'll make too much of a difference, but it's there. Overcharge. Extends your exo ability, battery life, and shocks enemies on impact on slam. Alright, so this will be pretty good over here in terms, of using the exosuit abilities and the shock on slam thing. I'm wondering if it's kind of be especially when it says shocks enemies on impact slam, I'm wondering if that's going to be a flashbang or EMP kind of shock. How effective is that shock going to be? How many times are you actually going to have enemies around somebody where you're actually going to be able to pull that off? We'll see. Flat jacket. Reduced damage taken from explosive damage. Oh boy, that's a little bit redundant. No slowdown from explosive damage, so you don't even flinch, which is pretty cool. And then reset grenade times. So it's kind of flat jacket with just a couple more stuff. Flat jacket always comes down to me. There's no C4 in this game, but obviously are nades. There's probably gonna be some sort of other tubes type thing, and there's probably gonna be some sort of explosive. So what I'm looking for here. Scorch streak. So we'll see kind of how that pans out. So this first tier to me is really kind of, but maybe. Tier 2. Here we go. Peripheral increase peripherals. Oh, the perk's called peripheral. Sorry, I jotted all this down, but I didn't even think that would be. That seems like such a whack name for a perk. Peripherals. Increase minimap coverage and take out enemies without displaying death icon. So we had to take out enemies without displaying icon, whatever. GhostSat introduced that over here, and I don't think, maybe Black Ops 2 had it, but I know Ghost had it for sure. I think it was a Ghost thing, actually. The increased minimap coverage, that's interesting. Does that mean that we're going to have a little bit bigger minimap, I feel like this Ghost minimap, to me, it's a damn shame that there's not a lot of damn things that come up on it. But I feel like this Ghost minimap was pretty damn big. It really covered a good amount of territory there. I really enjoyed this Ghost minimap. Where we have options of that'd be interesting to see a little bit more of the map than what other people do. You see, how you get to see the dot on the edge or something, but maybe you get to see a little more of that. I'd be very curious to see how that plays out. Blind Eye, undetectable by tracking drones, explosive drones, and all score streak except UAV. That's classic Blind Eye. Cold-blooded. Immune to thermal, target enhancer, threat grenade, and enemy callouts. No name displayed or reticle color change when enemy aims at you. This is a perk. Let me talk to you about this perk for a little bit. I really like the thesis behind this perk, but I would never equip it. I always end up looking at it and be like, there's so much of this stuff I could use, but I like this perk. Fast hands. Reload while sprinting. Swap weapons. Use exo abilities and exo launcher faster. So it seems to be pretty much the same thing we had in Black Ops 2. Except we got a little more bang for our buck in this, you know, in terms of the exo abilities and whatnot. Then we got Gun Ho. Fire while sprinting and sliding. Very interesting to me. So, you know, imagine the downfall of this perk is maybe you'll be going too fast for your own good and you'll be shooting a bunch of stuff that you won't know. I want to see how this works in terms of with other guns and especially the sprinting and shooting mechanic. How does that work? Is this gonna be like a sort of I don't know. I want to see how that mechanic works before I commit to the notion that I want to be shooting stuff while I'm running. And then we got tier 2, perk tier 3. Pardon me, perk tier 3. Toughness, reduce flinch when shot. Pretty damn good. I think this to me is my favorite. My favorite tier set. And I think I might use a wild card to get 2 perks out of this set. Honestly, toughness, reduce flinch when shot. Pretty straightforward. I never really used it. There was other people that swore by it in Black Ops 2. Scavenger. Start with extra magazines and resupply bullet ammo from dead enemies. So it's kind of like Blops 2. Scavenger to me was only essential in Blops 2. It was a necessity to me because I was alive for a really long period of time. And I wanted to lay that murder game and kill some people. So we scavenged away. That's what we did. In Ghosts, it'd be a joke to use Scavenger. I am not alive long enough to use it. And whenever I am, I end up in a maniac, and God knows I don't got no damn guns in this thing. Blast Suppressor. Don't show on minimap when using exo movements. So I think this you'd want to combine it with that Ghost perk we talked about before, low profile. And I think with that combination would kind of be the I'm not on the map combination kind of thing. So, you know, imagine a suppressor, the Ghost thing, and the Blast Suppressor do your good thing. Hardwire, immune to system hack, EMP, nano swarms, stun grenades, and scramblers. That's a lot. You know, Hardwire was always pretty useful to me. I was very intrigued by that perk. I had classes that I used it in, especially, you know, with the power of the EMP in Black Ops 2. So it's going to come down to kind of how that works. But Hardwire is definitely a perk I like to keep my eye on. It's pretty much the same Hardwire we had in Black Ops 2, plus some more stuff, which is always good. And the last perk, the perk that I will always have equipped. The perk that there's no way in hell that I don't have this perk equipped 24/7. Because you already know how Weeby is doing. That hard fucking line. Decrease score streak by 100 points. So good, man. So good. So good. So I kind of expect to have a wild card to double up on those 3 perks myself. Especially, you know, if this ends up being a little bit more on the Black Ops 2 realm, I could definitely see myself using something along the Scavenger Hall line type of thing. Maybe have a class for small maps where I have a hard line and a hard wire. Or even, you know, if toughness really is as good as people say it is, probably do that. Or maybe just pass up on a perk from tier 1 or maybe even perk tier 2. I don't really, tier 2 to me is really, the peripherals, the increased minimap is kind of the only one that seems interesting to me. So let me know what perks you guys are excited with. It's difficult to know before the game comes out, but we get kind of a gist of what we're going to run over here. I can tell you one thing. Hardline is most definitely going to come in here. I can tell you one thing. This dude just got stabbed. It's your boy Marcos, Wasteland Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed this, man. Every week, every Wednesday, we're going to keep talking a little more Call of Duty. We're going to talk a little more Advanced Warfare, bringing you a different topic every week. Deuces.